Recently, I was talking with one of my friends when I asked her about what she thought snap decisions and snap judgments meant. She explained to me that it is when someone takes action very quickly in which the end result can be both positive and or negative. You don't know what someone could be going through on the inside based off what you see on the outside. Before we can finish blinking our eyes, we've already decided whether we want to hire, date, hate, or make friends with a person we're encountering with for the first time. These first impressions color the way we interact with other people from that point forward. And all of this happens outside of our awareness, in the unconscious processes of the mind. In Chapter 2 of Malcolm Gladwell's book Blank, Gladwell says that many humans are similar to art experts in the book's introduction, and that our intuition tells us that something is not quite right or tells us that we can trust someone, but we cannot express why we think the way we do. We cannot express why we feel this way in fear of judgment. This is the second critical fact about the thoughts and decisions that get bubbled up from our unconscious. Snap judgments are enormously quick, and they rely on the thinnest slices of experience. The human tendency to, as the old idiom says, judge a book by its cover, has become a source of extensive psychological study. The science of snap judgments is more than just figuring out what we can do by looking at each other. Knowing how people size up each other from day to day has significant implications for discrimination and stereotyping. Even in cases where we already have a lot of information, a snap judgment overpowers decision-making. Billions of dollars are spent annually across the globe to advance political campaigns. In a study published in 2005, students at Princeton University were shown photos of candidates from the last 3 U.S. races. As each pair of candidates came up on the computer screen, the students were asked to judge who looked more competent based off their appearance. On average, the students picked the actual winner of the election almost 70% of the time. Our parents may have taught us to not judge a book by its cover, but even if the cover doesn't always tell the truth, the title printed on the cover might. Studying the science of snap judgments help us to know which feelings to listen to and which to ignore. So when do you go with your gut? Knowing when to question our thoughts can help us catch our mistakes, but it can also help us understand when to pay attention to what our unconscious minds might be trying to tell us. A peek at the gears and wheels of our intuition about people can help us make smart decisions. Knowing ourselves is the starting point to a lot of things, and knowing the workings of our mind can help us make decisions, for both ourselves and for the collective group, that best fit our goals. Whether we think it's right or not, even our forewarning mothers can't help but judge books by their covers. This takes practice, but just as snap judgments and snap decisions can become part of our normal everyday life, so can kindness. We just have to choose to be conscious and responsible for our behavior and put hard work, dedication, and practicing into kinder reactions to each other. With this negative snap judgment comes with some kind of rejection and punishment. It may be simply the act of pulling ourselves away from the conversation and walking away. The kinder alternative is to establish the habit of reacting with greater detachment by simply observing what is happening and calmly communicating your concerns and preferences with clarity and kindness. People aren't wrong because they don't agree with you. They just see things differently from their point of view. You might be surprised about how much compassion you feel when you choose to contribute to a safe, emotional environment for everyone.